Pronunciation and word stress. These are the significant characteristics or features of a poem. Pronunciation is very important when students are reciting or reading a poem. The teacher needs to give a lot of emphasis on the pronunciation of it. Later, when we'll do the listening skills, we will also talk about improving your pronunciation while you are listening. The best way to improve your pronunciation is by listening. So the students are mainly listening to the teacher's pronunciation. So the teacher needs to work a lot on the correct pronunciation of the words in a poem. The recital competitions in schools or classes encourage students to go for the correct pronunciation of the poems. Pronunciation plays a major role in getting a better response from the audience when you are reciting a poem, because the pronunciation makes a lot of difference in understanding of the words. If the pronunciation is correct, people coming from different walks of life would be able to understand the word that is being said. If the pronunciation is not clear, there would be a lot of confusion amongst the listeners of the poem because the word is not correctly pronounced. Even when reading some text, we need to be very careful about pronunciation. But when it comes to the poem recital rather requires or demands that the pronunciation should be very exact, because the words are used in a different manner in a poem than prose. Prose has a tendency to explain things, whereas the poem has a tendency to say things in hints and clues. Therefore, the word pronunciation there becomes more important than in prose. The word stress. Actually, the word stress in English language changes the meaning of the sentence. Therefore, when you stress on a particular word, you can actually change the meaning of that sentence. And for that, we can have many examples. For example, if I say, "Who are you?" and if I say, "Who are you?" So that is, you can notice the difference between the stress on the word who. I will repeat it again. Who are you? Who are you? So in the second sentence, you will notice that I was having more stress on the word who. So basically, I am being rude to somebody, or I am telling that person that he has no value, he has no position to say something, because who are you? But in case I am saying who are you, I just want to know the person who he is, because probably I do not know the person, so I am just asking him to give his identity to me. So you can see there is a big difference in the word stress when you are using the words. Even for a very short sentence, the stress is very important. I'm sure the same goes for every language, but since here we are talking about English language, we need to know about the rules of the word stress, which are very important, as I said, and which bring a world of change in the meaning when the word is stressed and if it is not stressed. So together, both these significant parts of the poem, the pronunciation and the word stress, will be able to explain the meaning of the poem well. And when the students are reciting the poem and they are careful about, number one, the pronunciation, and number two, the word stress, along with, of course, the other features that we have discussed, that they know about the metaphor, they know about the simile, and they also are having an understanding of the rhyme to say it the way it has been rhymed for. So all these features of the poem are also included in the reading skills, because basically when you are reciting a poem, you are reading a poem. And therefore, the words that you are saying should be actually said in their context. When you say you are being careful in the pronunciation of the words, or you say you are being careful in the word stress of the poem that you are reading, that means that you understand what is the context of the poem, you understand the meaning of the poem, and that is why you are using it in that particular manner. You are emphasizing on the words that need to be emphasized in order to get to the meaning which the poet wants you to get to. Similarly, with the pronunciation, as I said before, you would be able to make clear what the word is, and that you would be only able to do when you know the meaning and the context of that poem.